In this video, we will be looking at how to set up the equipment for the Electrophysiology of the Nerve practical class. On the bench in front of you, you will see a retort stand with an attached nerve bath. You will also see light grey recording electrodes, dark grey stimulating electrodes, a pair of forceps, a pair of fine scissors, a transfer pipette. On the bench in front of you, or on the pylon beside your computer screen, you will see a power lab. This device both stimulates the nerve and receives input from the nerve and converts it into digital data which you will see on your computer screen. To set up your equipment, you can either remove it from the tray or just use it where it is. First of all, transfer some Ringer's solution with your transfer pipette to the base of the nerve bath. This will help prevent the nerve from drying out during the class. Try not to put too much solution in the bath, otherwise you will short the electrodes and you will not get a response. Next, take your nerve from the beaker supplied. You should notice that one end of the nerve is thick and the other end of the nerve is thin. The thick end, shown on the left-hand side of the screen here, is the spinal end of the nerve. You want the thicker spinal end of the nerve placed on the left-hand side of your organ bath. Place the nerve into the organ bath by carefully laying it across the tops of the platinum electrodes. You can then tuck the string into the slots at either end of the nerve bath. Next, we will attach the stimulating electrodes. These are the ones with the dark grey cover. You will notice that down one end of the electrodes are a pair of B and C connectors. One has a red tag and the other will be black. Take the red connector and place it into the positive pole of the output of the power lab. Then place the black connector into the negative pole. Now we will hook the connectors down the other end of the cable to the nerve bath. The connectors on your cables will be bulldog clips, not the hook connectors shown in this video. Either way, take the black connector and place it on the right-hand side of the red connector, on the two end platinum electrodes as shown here. Next, we will connect the light grey recording electrodes. Down one end of the recording electrodes, you will notice an 8-pin plug. This goes into channel 1 of the input of the power lab. There is a notch at the top of this plug to help orient the plug with the socket. Next, place the bulldog clips on your recording electrodes onto the wires that touch the distal end of your sciatic nerve. Also, make sure you clip the green earth lead onto the electrodes somewhere in the middle as shown here. Lastly, reach over the back of your power lab and turn it on. You will know that your power lab is turned on when the power, status and trigger lights all light up. Your nerve bath should now look something like this, although again bear in mind your clips will look slightly different from the ones shown in this video. We must stress here not to stretch the nerve. If you find that your nerve doesn't quite reach the electrodes to which you have connected your leads, then move the leads. Do not stretch the nerve to reach the electrodes. You are now ready to get your first response from your nerve. In the lab chart window below, you press Start to apply the stimulus that you have set in your stimulator dialog box. In this example, no stimulus was applied because the amplitude is still set at 0 volts. Next, we will try 0.1 volts. And we notice that we still don't get a response. Next, increase the stimulus up to 0.15 volts, and again press Start, and again we find we still don't get a response. Keep doing this until you find the minimum stimulus you need to apply to the nerve before you get a response. In this example, we find that we get a response when we increase the stimulus to 0.2 volts. As you continue to increase the stimulus, you will find that the response keeps getting larger. Keep doing this until you find the stimulus that produces the maximum response. Once your nerve is set up and giving you a response, you should put the cover on the nerve bath so that the nerve does not dry out. Your equipment is now set up and you may continue on with this activity.